I never thought I'd laugh so hard at a film about Nazi Germany. Jojo Rabbit is incredible. I mean, just to start us off, this has a 7.9 out of 10 rating on IMDb, which is fantastic. That's a brilliant score for IMDb. There won't be any spoilers in this whatsoever. We'll talk a little bit about the plot and the development, the cast, the characters, the directors, but there won't be any spoilers. So if you haven't seen this, first of all, I suggest you do, but you're also very welcome to listen to me rabbiting on about this. So basically, if you haven't seen it, this is about a young boy called Jojo, and he lives in Nazi Germany, and he is part of the Hitler Youth, and then one day he finds out that his mother is actually harbouring a young Jewish girl in her walls, and obviously Jojo doesn't know whether he should tell the Nazis or keep it a secret, and the reason this is so funny is because it really makes fun at the Nazis, really big time, and it is hilarious. But don't mistake this as just a complete parody of Nazi Germany, because there are a few times where it gets very serious and very emotional, and I won't spoil the ending by saying what happens, but you basically spend an hour and a half laughing with tears down your face, and then it just flips, and all of a sudden the mood is completely different, and it's heartbreaking, and the way the mind manages to go from hilarity to heartbreak in a split second, it's painful, it hurts, it physically hurts. And then you realise at that point just what a masterpiece this film actually is. It's directed by Taika Waititi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and honestly, it's incredible. There's not a moment where it's not engaging. Unexpectedly, it's very bright. The colour palette is so bright. There are a lot of sharp colours and vibrant imagery, which is not what you'd expect for a film about Nazi Germany. And also, just because Jojo was part of the Hitler Youth, it's not a pro-Nazi Germany film, not at all. It just gives it a more interesting take, and it's brilliant. Obviously, we have an incredible cast, and Jojo is the driving force. He's played by Roman Griffin Davis, and he's brilliant. He is so good at this. And Thomasin McKenzie plays Elsa, who we see quite a bit of, the young Jewish girl. She's really engaging and really interesting as a character, very feisty. Scarlett Johansson's in it, Rebel Wilson's in it. Her role was very surprising. I didn't expect to see her in it, but very enjoyable. And we have a lot of her this and her that, by which I mean HERR, as in Mr. And if you're already familiar with the Nazis, I think it's safe to watch it, because it's not necessarily 100% historically accurate. It is a little bit exaggerated, there is a little bit of caricature going on here, but then at the same time, the elements that led to a caricature still existed. So we're learning through laughing, and then as I said, it gets quite intense at one point, and suddenly you realise the entire purpose of the film and what it was trying to do. It's one of the best films I have ever seen. It's impactful, it's powerful. In terms of the visuals, it is so beautiful. There's not a moment where the screen is dull. It's incredible. If you want to watch an educational film about Nazi Germany, I wouldn't recommend this one at all. But if you're already well familiar, which most people are, then this is a great way to look at it from a different angle and have a fantastic time doing so. I cannot get over how much I laughed at this, and then how shocked at myself I was for laughing at this. It's beautiful. It's spellbinding. It's enchanting. Absolutely wonderful. If you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, please do. Maybe make it the next film you watch. I promise you will not regret it.